The dog held the rope tightly in its mouth and carefully stepped onto the frozen river. The sound of cracking ice made it freeze in fear, but down below, the professor who had fallen into the icy water was already on the brink of death. Seeing this, Maya gathered her courage and braved the danger to reach him. She gently looped the rope around his neck and only then slowly made her way back to her owner. Following her master's command, Maya led the rest of the team to pull with all their strength until they finally hauled the professor out of the river. But a fierce blizzard was closing in, and if they didn't leave immediately, they would all be buried in the storm. With visibility almost gone, Jerry had no choice but to rely on the sled dogs to guide the way. Maya, as the lead dog, took charge. At his signal, the dogs pushed forward against the biting wind, running with all their might. Before long, Jerry began to lose his strength, and seeing her master falter, Maya ran even harder. At last, with the dog's relentless effort, they reached the camp before nightfall. Jerry looked at Maya, his heart full of gratitude. After a medical check, it was clear that both Jerry and the professor needed urgent treatment. With the blizzard growing stronger by the minute, they had no choice but to evacuate right away. But the plane was too small, and the 8 dogs had to be left behind at the camp. The youngest, Max, broke free from his collar, trying to climb aboard and leave with them. But there simply wasn't enough room, and Jerry had no choice but to have his teammate put the collar back on him. Before leaving, Jerry promised Maya and the others that he would return to bring them home. As the plane lifted off, the dogs felt abandoned and could only bark desperately at the sky. Yet Maya stood firm, watching without moving, holding on to the belief that her master would come back for them. What none of them expected was that they would be left to survive on their own for more than 180 days. Meanwhile, when Jerry woke up, 3 days had already passed, and he was shocked to learn that the dogs had been left behind. He immediately questioned his colleagues and found out that the weather there was getting worse and that the earliest they could return would be the following spring. Jerry couldn't believe it. He rushed into the command center and begged the commander to send a plane to rescue the dogs. But clearly, no one was willing to risk lives for a few sled dogs. No matter how hard Jerry argued, it was useless. In just 2 days, the blizzard would grow even stronger, and the entire Antarctic would be buried under snow and ice, leaving the dogs with no chance of survival. At that moment, the 8 dogs were still chained up at the camp, with Maya firmly waiting for her master to return. They endured 15 long days like this, afraid that if they left, their owner might come back and not find them. Then one day, a small bird landed in the camp. Max instantly perked up, full of energy. He barked to wake the others, afraid their fresh meal would fly away, and then bolted after it. The rest quickly followed. Only the oldest dog remained motionless. Maya tried to chew through its chain, but it refused. It knew its time was short and didn't want to slow the team down. Even if it meant drawing its last breath, it wanted to stay behind and wait for its master. Left with no other choice but to lead the pack forward, Maya gave it a reluctant farewell.